Hello my fellow gamers, GamerDude back once again, bringing you something a little bit different and something I promised you I would do. So today we are going to be talking about Just Cause 4, which happened to be one of the absolute worst games of the series. I bet you thought I was going to say the best there. No, I thought Just Cause 4 was an absolute bore. Now, in this video, we're going to be going into detail as to why I think it was such a bore, as to why I think it was so terrible, and as to why I think it should never have actually been made. So, first things first, the positives. We have always got to have a positive in a game when it's released. I mean, you know, games have their flaws, yes, but games also have their positives. And Just Cause 4, the few positives I can see straight away would be the graphics. Don't get me wrong, I've always loved the graphics in the Just Cause games. I mean, the first one maybe not so much because it was a PS2 game, but I'm sure for the time it was really good, and I thought it was really good at the time. Yeah, the graphics on Just Cause 4 were absolutely fantastic. You know, the way they portrayed the vehicles, the surroundings, the mountains, the snow, the tornadoes, they were all fantastic. I loved it. Don't get me wrong there. But to be quite honest, I think that's probably the only positive we have for this entire game. It was just an absolute mess. It seemed like it was rushed in development. It seemed like it was pushed out far too quickly. And it just seemed like the developers had given up halfway through. Now I'm going to talk about why. First of all, if you're a fan of the Just Cause series, you know from the first one to the third one, there was a large variety of weaponry, from primary to secondary. And in Just Cause 4, they seem to have removed the secondary weapons. There are no sidearms in the entire game. You just get two big-ass weapons, which is a problem if you run out of ammo for them. Because everybody would save the sidearms for when their big main weapons ran out of ammo. And they're just not there. They have not put them in. What kind of third-person shooter doesn't have sidearms? I mean, that would be like saying, oh, yeah, we're not going to put cars in Grand Theft Auto because, yeah, we're going a different direction. No. Just no. I mean, it seems like it's not Just Cause because it doesn't have the sidearms. But that is a serious problem. You know, I always loved using dual pistols, dual machine guns and whatnot. And instead, in this, all you have to do is fight for those heavy weapons. You know, you've got your rocket launchers as usual. You've got your assault rifles and shotguns. But that is it. There is nothing essential about those weapons. You know, they run out of ammo so quickly. Now, on to item number 2. I said number 2. Yeah, anyway. The grappling hook. Now, again, the grappling hook has been a thing in all of the Just Cause games, and it has been a welcomed feature. And, you know, in Just Cause 3, they added the wingsuit, they added the parachute wingsuit thing, which was kind of cool, you know, it was cool roaming around in the wingsuit. But Just Cause 4 went way too overboard. It seemed like everything was put around the wingsuit and the parachuting and the grappling hook. I mean, the grappling hook in this is absolutely crazy. It just doesn't scream Just Cause. It screams more of a James Bond vibe than Just Cause. Because the whole thing itself, you can attach specialized helium balloons to crates and lift them up in the air. You can attach explosive thingamajiggies that look like little proximity mines to people and they will fly up into the air. It just really isn't necessary and it isn't needed. So another thumbs down there for Just Cause 4. Now, item number 3, clumsy controls. If you are a fan of the Just Cause games, you will know the controls haven't always been the best in the games. You know that the camera angles are a little bit dodgy at times, and it can be difficult to control vehicles and just the general way the character is going. But this game really does take the candy. It really, really does, to be honest. It really does take candy from a baby, and that is putting it nicely. As you can see, I'm riding a motorcycle on screen, and the controls for said motorcycle are just completely insane. Especially when you activate the nitrous. You just cannot control the bike. It's the same with the vehicles. You cannot control the vehicles. You want to go right, you're going to end up in a tree. You want to go in a straight line, you are going to spin out and end up in a tree. You want to keep going in a straight line, you are going to run something over and flip the vehicle. It just does not work. They really haven't put any thought or effort into the vehicles of this game, which is a real shame, because Just Cause 3, it was fantastic, you know? The vehicles in Just Cause 3 worked brilliantly. The helicopters, the planes, and in this, they just don't. It really doesn't work. And onto the same topic of clumsy controls, I would have to say bad vehicle controls as well, as I was just talking about. Now, you can see me in this shot using a minigun on the back of the car, on the back of the vehicle. But the trouble is, you can't see what you're shooting behind you. You just can't see it. It doesn't exist. You know, if something's shooting at you from behind, you expect to see it. You expect to be able to kill it from where you're running from. But you can't see it. You find yourself firing blindly, and it is absolutely ridiculous. You know, you're just firing blindly and hoping for the best, and then you see this missile thing appear on the floor, and you're like, oh crap, I'm gonna die. And then you do evidently die. Not to mention, the vehicles are insanely fragile. You crash into some small thing, and the vehicle just rips itself apart and starts smoking. I mean, I know in the other Just Cause games, if you hit something fast enough, they would just generally explode. But in this one, it just seems way over the top. You can be driving down the road casually, and then all of a sudden there's some rock in the road or something, you'll hit it, and then your car will just explode. It just does not make sense. Why? And moving on from that, I will say the game has very difficult game interactions. Like, interactions with the characters, interactions with the controls in general, they are just way too difficult and way too complicated. I mean, as I said earlier, there's so much to do with the grappling hook in this game that you just get lost. You find yourself forgetting the controls even though you played it a day before. I have to say, so far, Just Cause 4 is not winning any Nobel Prizes. Now, moving on to insta-deaths. You really do have to be careful with your character in this game. I mean, I don't know if they've set the difficulty on permanently hard, but it seems as though after a couple of shots, you are dead. You just get overwhelmed with an enormous amount of enemies, and you end up dead. It's just impossible to stay alive in a big open space like you see me in right now. I mean, in this mission that I'm doing right here, I think I must have died about 50 times, and I just gave up. I just put the control down, stopped with the game, and gave it back to my friend, because I just couldn't handle it anymore. It was just too much, you know? It was like, what is even happening here? Why am I even bothering with this if it's just going to kill me every 5 seconds? I get games need a challenge, but this is too much for even me to handle. Now, moving on to quite a big problem, and it's something I mentioned earlier as well, are the ammo difficulties for the weapons. More times than one, in the previous Just Cause games, you would find yourself sticking to a set amount of weapons, or you would have a favourite specific set of weapons that you would use throughout the game, whether it be a rocket launcher, an assault rifle, and 2 machine guns, or 2 pistols. In this game, however, you find yourself swapping between weapons more than you change your underwear in a week. I mean, literally, a weapon will run out of ammo, and you will just have to pick up another one off the ground because you can't find any ammo for the one that you like, or the one that you have. It just seems like there's been no effort whatsoever put into this. I mean, in the other Just Cause 4 games, if your weapon ran out of ammo, you could either call for an ammo drop, or the enemies you killed, you could just pick up ammo from them, and it was ammo for assortments of all of your weaponry. Now, however, it seems like you have to stick with one weapon or keep changing between weapons when you come across something. Another thumbs down for Just Cause 4. Now, here's another big one. Here's another biggie. As you guys know, if you are fans of Just Cause 4, it is insane. It is built for its destructive purposes. You are just supposed to go on this game and cause insatiable amounts of chaos. And in this game, it is no different. I will admit the chaos is still there. You can still create a lot of chaos with this game. But at least in the other Just Cause games, when you destroyed something, it stayed destroyed. In this game, if you destroy something, you go back to it, and it's just back again. It just respawns, and that takes away the satisfaction of the game. The fact is, you enjoy destroying stuff, yes, but if it keeps coming back and coming back and coming back, then it just removes the fun out of destroying it. Because the whole idea of Just Cause is to cause chaos and destroy stuff. But if you're destroying the same thing over and over again, you're going to get bored. You're going to lose the satisfaction of the destruction. You're just going to put the controller down and play something else. It really does not work. And it does not make sense. Yeah, I did a South Park thing there. Did not make sense. I'm not doing the Chewbacca case, though. We can screw the Chewbacca case off. Anyway. The fact that the bases don't stay destroyed is a big downer, because at least in the other Just Cause 4 games, if you went and caused chaos and destroyed a base, it stayed destroyed, and you could fly over that base without getting shot down by SAM sites. However, in this game, if you fly over said base that you destroyed an hour ago, it is back. So the game overall as a whole really does not hold up to the Just Cause franchise. It is a big letdown. It is a big disappointment. I mean, yes, they got back the original Rico, which we all loved. However, it doesn't outweigh the flaws of the game. I mean, as I said, it has its positives. You know, the graphics are fantastic. The scenery and the silhouettes are absolutely beautiful. But the game itself is just no good. I mean, it's literally one of the most boring and most repetitive games I have ever played. And I used to play Guitar Hero, man. So that's got to tell you something. I mean, if you are a fan of the Just Cause series and you agree with me, let me know in the comments down below. I would love to hear your thoughts and feedback on this matter. Don't hesitate to drop me a like and a subscribe as well if you are new. Also, let me know what you think about the rumours circulating around a new Just Cause 4 game. A new Just Cause game. Do you think they should end it with Just Cause 4 because it was just so badly designed and so badly made that they should just let the franchise die and leave it at number 4 and not make another one? Or do you think they should just remaster 1, 2 and 3 and then just completely forget 4 ever even existed? So yeah, that's it then. Thank you so much, guys. A little bit different than my usual content today. So no live stream today either, because I'm uploading this. I'm going to upload something on Wednesday as well, and then I'm going to do a live stream as well. Not too sure what I'm going to stream, but I will stream something. Maybe Days Gone, not too sure yet. But shout out to all subscribers, old and new. Thank you so much. We've reached over 1,000 subs, which is an absolute amazing achievement, so thank you so much, guys. I can't thank you all enough for the continuous love and support of my content. So as well, this week I have a special little thing running on my community posts. It's down to you guys this week. If you guys want to see anything from me, just drop me a comment, drop me a line in the community post, and if it's within my power, I shall upload or live stream said request. So once again, thank you so much for watching. This has been Gamer Dude. Happy gaming. And I will catch y'all in the next one, guys.